It's got me all paranoid now. Zombie. Where's their zombie? We want to be cautious as we go. We are... Oh, definitely should put our suit of armor back on. And our helmet. And probably some pants. I don't really like the idea of fighting zombies with stuff flapping around back, you know. So we'll clear these out as we go. We should be perfectly fine. We are basically fully healed at this point. And as long as we can wear the helmet, we should be able to stave off any real damage to our head. Hand flare was loaded with charges, but cannot have any. It's probably because it's a flare and it's a single-use item. Why, oh, it's another park, I guess. Oh, it's a garden. Oh, right. Where was all that monster density? It was down here by the hardware and trailer park because it had these two parks where there was like literally 70 zombies here. It has charges but not an ammo type. Oh, I didn't know that. I wouldn't have thought they would have charges. I mean, I guess that would determine the length of time it burns probably is the charges. I don't know. I'd like to make a big fire with cash. There are cash bundles in the game, and I don't think they're worth anything, really. I think they were one of the more useless items in Cataclysm. There used to be a thread on the forum about people who tried to beat a Hulk to death with a bundle of money. It was one of the so-called achievements that was like the Ascended Gods or something like that. I forget what they call them. But, yeah, it was a thing, apparently. You got to question whether people actually did it or whether they cheated, but I'm sure it's possible. Let's clear these out as we go so we don't have to deal with any big clusters at any given time. So I would like to stream some Warlords Battle Cry. I would really like to finish the new follower stuff animation over the weekend. Trying to think, there was some. I have to finish the experimental Cataclysm video. And I really need to be getting back to some more YouTube exclusive content. I just feel like I have no time, you know. And then I end up playing World of Warcraft for a little while, and then I feel so guilty. Why is there a Disilluted Devourer on like day 10? I guess on day 10. Makes sense. Where are you, Devourer? To my southeast. And there's quite a cluster down here as well. Maybe spreading from the hotel, but we're pretty far from it. What would be... Police station generally has a fair bit of monster density. I don't know what's in the gambling hall. Excuse me. Let's just start drawing these guys a little bit. We will back off and try to take them one at a time. You battered the zombie for 26 damage. You smashed the zombie for 44 damage. Great. Yeah, so I feel like I'm falling behind a little bit with my YouTube schedule stuff. I was going to talk to my therapy and say about like, oh, I think, you know, I need more time to work on things. I would really like to back off my schedule with therapy and go a little less frequently. But then when I got there and I had group, I was like, no, you know, you're just being kind of silly because you feel a bit overwhelmed at the moment. It's not actually something that's going to be like a long-term issue. Therapy is more important than, you know, whatever you're doing, you know, blah, blah, etc. So I ended up just, you know, it's going to be a weekly thing for a while, I think. And then probably, you know, if I go a while without any issues, I'll back off to like once a month or something like that. How did you get the battle text like that? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what... So battle text, you either mean the text in the log that prints messages about damage, which as far as I know is default, or you mean the pop-up combat pop-ups that happen when we hit something. I'm not sure what causes that. It's always been enabled for me. I assumed it was default. The text above enemies when you hit. Yeah, I think, is that not standard? That's been on every build I've ever had, really. I don't know what that is. I imagine it's in the options somewhere. I guess if you're on like ASCII or something, it wouldn't work for you, but I don't know why it wouldn't. The size or font isn't. Yeah, so everything on my screen is scaled up 25% for just because I like to make it a little bit easier for cell phone users. So like everything on the screen right now is scaled up about 25%, and then independent of that, I've also scaled up my text very slightly. It's a little bit difficult because it makes the text blurry if I overscale at all, but got yours scaled to hell as well. Well, let me show you my text would be interface. No, it would be graphics. This is what I've got going on. Font width 10, font height 20, size 20, and then I changed the map font as well. And then the actual font, I think, is the default font. If not, I initially went off of Vormithrax's font video. If you just Google like Cataclysm, or go to YouTube and search for like Vormithrax font tutorial or something. I'm not sure which of those I've used, but yeah, I never really noticed a difference. But I've played like this for a long time, so I don't really know. This is the first time I think I've ever meleeed a Disilluted Devourer. I'm a little concerned. It grabbed us, tries to claw us. The Devourer is healing slowly, seems a little healthier. I mean, we should be able to outpace its healing abilities. Visibly regenerating. Devourer grabs you. You hit. I mean, we're hitting for so. Yeah, I was gonna say we're hitting for so much. Okay, that's a lot of zombies. Let's back up and go into the building, just to kind of separate them a little bit and deal with them one at a time. Shouldn't have smashed. Yeah, let's just. Oh, right. Glass is not a barrier. Fun fact. Zombies can smash glass. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't like fighting two tough zombies at once while they're grabbing me. Okay. I bet that's it. It probably grabs the Consolus. Yeah, I don't know what the font is. Eat him. No, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to eat the Disilluted Devourer. I had a Devourer at day 7. Yeah, I guess they're on a lower evolution timer than I thought they were. Gonna have to do that and test. I met those pretty frequently last time. Yeah, they're not. It's not that they're uncommon. It's just. I mean, and we're 10 days in. I'm just not used to not being further along in the game by now. Like normally I have more stuff, but we've spent the last 3 or 4 days reading. Oh, we should go up to the hub and see if they've updated their stock. Because I think the sooner we interact with them again, the sooner their stock will update in the future. I'm not sure. Cans of food, time to get a pet. Yeah, unfortunately, all the cat food and stuff is treated as open. So we've already eluded that cat or the pet store there. And when we tried to pick up the cat food, it was all treated as opened, and it's all rotten at this point. So yeah, that's still broken. People keep telling me, oh no, the cans have been fixed. Oh, it's fine. And then it wasn't. He has a cat in the toilet of the pet store. Yeah, I did pen a cat in there because the zombies were coming and I didn't want it to get murdered in front of everybody. Not enough space. No, don't drop the mace. Okay, we were more full than I thought. So let's head up to the hub and see if we can trade with them. Forgot to do this. Should have done this pretty much immediately. Man, that was choppy AF. So let's go in here, see if they've updated their stocks. Again, it's been probably 8 days since we were here for the first time, so they should have updated. And again, they have not updated their stock. So that's clearly broken. Merchants are not updating their inventory, which is pretty frustrating. I don't understand why that's broken. Everything is broken. Getting kind of sick of everything being broken. So yeah, once again, we cannot trade with Hub 01. The whole point of me coming over here and stuff was to trade with Hub 01, and that's clearly not working. So pretty freaking annoying. Let's head back down, drop all this crap off. I don't know why that's broken. I haven't seen anything about bug reports or anything about it either. So I might have to look on GitHub when I'm done here. I don't know why it's not working. Drop this stuff. Because of cans bug, I had to debug myself a cat food to pet a cat. You can actually make cat food pretty easily. I think it's like cooking 1 or something. We apparently don't have the recipe yet. Our cooking is 1, so it must be cooking 2 probably. And cat food just requires like food, meat, water, and fire basically, and something to cook on. So pretty easy in the future if you possibly can just make it. Trade/abuse, I think you said. Well, yeah, that's my goal, is to abuse the trade system to get lots of CBMs, because they restock every 3 days. But it's not working as intended because everyone... So every merchant in the game that has a shopkeeper inventory is supposed to refresh 3 days from the first time you trade with them. So basically we traded with them on like day 3, so like day 63 in the game. It's been 8 days. They should have restocked multiple times by now, but they have the same inventory that they did on day 3. So that's not working as intended. You can abuse it, obviously, but I also think that them restocking is perfectly fine. I did see an update, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, where merchant inventory was supposed to update based on your, current world, on your item spawn stuff. So basically, if you reduce your item spawns, it should reduce the amount of inventory the shopkeeper had. So I did see that PR. Maybe that is what broke it. That's the only thing I've seen that messed with shopkeepers or their inventory in any way. So I don't know, but it's definitely not working as intended, so that is obnoxious. I've been doing a lot of the NPC faction stuff, so I've been learning a lot about NPCs and how they work, and the faction camps and shopkeepers and things like that. And yeah. In fact, Mark was commenting about things and helping me to understand stuff, and it's neat. I haven't seen him around much in the last, like... I mean, I don't go in the dev Discord, so I don't really interact with him much. But, like, I don't know, 2-ish years ago, he was helping me a lot to learn about modding and stuff. So he's one of my favorite dev people because he was very helpful to me when I was learning to mod. And I just never see the guy. I think he took a break for a while, and then I just hadn't seen him in a long time. And saw him the other day. I was asking questions, and he was answering my questions. So it was nice to see him again. Really nothing there. Smash this corpse. I think when these were initially implemented and you would smash them, they would like explode into multiple corpses. Looks like they don't do that anymore. Or maybe this one was just like a baby one that's not big enough to have done that. What about the cheese dog? What? I don't, I'm lactose intolerant. We don't eat cheese dogs in this stream. I was really sad that you decided to stop the modding tutorials. They were helpful for learning Jason. So when I started the tutorials, I was still very new to YouTube. And I didn't really understand what I was doing or how mics worked and stuff. So the quality on those is quite low. And then on top of that, I'm by no means an expert with modding. I know, like, I mean, I guess I know more than like the average person, but I'm not an expert. So the more I was doing it, the more I was running into things where I'm like, I don't really understand how this works exactly. I can't make a video about it if I don't fully understand. So like we were going to cover monsters, and then I was like looking at monster attacks, and I was like, okay, well the cooldowns don't really match up with the numbers, so I must be misunderstanding something. And well, how does armor actually work for a zombie? Does it actually just flat out deduct from the... You know, and it was like all this little nitty-gritty information. I was like, people are going to want to know this, and I don't have answers, so it would be better just not to make the video. So I kind of bailed, but the baseline stuff, like how to set up a mod file and start testing, all of that's still legit information, and surely some, you know, people learn stuff from that, so... perhaps it needed to walk over another zombie to split into multiple ones. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe this one was just like a baby. It had not merged with others yet. Nonetheless, thank you for making them. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I like tutorial stuff. I just wish I was better at that kind of content. You know, just like I've been doing the NPC faction guides on YouTube. If you haven't checked them out, we covered the hub missions and some special NPCs and stuff. And it's been a lot of fun, but doing that kind of tutorial content, I'm realizing like how much I don't know about the game. And it's just so hard to be informative when you're not really that smart of a smart of a person. Yeah, but even if it's only on what you know on a basic level, didn't you mention you were good with map gen? Yeah, unfortunately, map gen has changed in the last like year. The way that monsters are placed on the map is different now, and the way that rural map gen versus city map gen, they're actually two different kinds of like what determines what building spawns. It's different now. I just don't know that stuff really. I meant Axima as cheese dog. I've seen Axima around. I don't think they've really converted to the new Discord. I've seen them, of course, interacted with them on the forum over the, years. But yeah, I don't know everyone as much as I would like. Like, even though I'm pretty constant in like the Discord and I check the forum every day, I just don't really post that much. I don't really know a lot of people. I mostly interact with like the same 6 people over and over and over. Because I tend to be around at nighttime, my time, and it's hard. Like, a lot of people are in bed, a lot of people aren't up all night like I am. So I tend to line up with certain people. Like, another simulacrum on the old Discord, just for like a month there, it seemed like we were on the exact same schedule. So I would see every night the same, person over and over. And you end up talking to them and stuff like that. But like, other than that, I don't really see that many people. A lot of people in the Discord don't talk that much. Maybe they're not at their computer as much as I am. I don't know. I always feel like when I was on the forum years ago, before I got on the Discord, I always felt like I posted too much. Like, I felt like people got sick of seeing my name pop up constantly, my little icon pop up every day, that kind of thing. And I feel that way on the Discord too sometimes. Sometimes I'll post like 6 things in one day, and I'll feel like that's too much, even though it's only 6 things throughout the course of a full day, I don't know. And I'm always, I always second guess myself and feel like I'm being annoying, and I don't know. It's hard for me to talk to people. Oh, I really don't want to get poisoned. Well, we have the storm, but our stamina is a little low. We should still be able to run and swap to the storm. This is why we have this. Had to drop the mace, unfortunately. We should be able to pop this boy. Oh, or we could shoot a car. Cool. We're actually a little close now. I'd like to back up a little bit more. No, don't crouch. No. Run away. Go back to walking. Now shoot him. And thankfully the 9mm is relatively quiet, but I am seeing things coming at us. So let's keep the storm for the time being. And just shoot these gentlemen and ladies. No, ignore distractions, please. I should be able to get back. No, we're going to get another one. Our stamina is quite low. Let's just stick with the gun. It's quite a horde over there. What are you smashing? The gun shop. So the alarm must have gone off in the gun shop. My Streamlabs has closed again, so that is exciting. RIP video feed. It's back. Well, I'm having... It's not back. Okay. I'm having issues with everything today, so sorry about that. In fact, my chat just updated with like 9 messages all at once. It's okay, we understand. Time to craft a suppressor for stealth pews. Yeah, probably ought to put a suppressor on it, even though 9mm is a pretty low, loud, like, it's not very noisy. Everyone has done the post a lot, then a little, and eventually leave for a couple months or just for good on Discourse. Trying to remember one of the people around the time when you posted a lot back in 2029. Oh, the future. Yeah, no, I used to post a lot in like 2018, 2019. RIP video feed, confusion intensifies. Well, see, I'm trying to pull back up my... So basically, if you don't know, there's a thing called a Stream Deck, and a Stream Deck is it's basically a little device that it just has buttons on it that have LCD screens, so you can put icons on them and things. And it's a standalone entity that you can push buttons on and toggle overlays, change scenes, things like that. So I could toggle this by using my Stream Deck. But a Stream Deck's several $100s for what is basically some extra keys. And so you can actually use your phone as a mobile device and use it as a Stream Deck. So I have this set up so that I can see a visual representation on my phone of when the overlay is up. So when I push the overlay, it lights up this button. So hopefully I will know in the future, hey, your overlay's up, dummy, you got to take the overlay down. So I'm trying to use that so that I have a literal light that I can see when it's lit up. Same with my microphone. My microphone is bound. Why did I walk over here? Because I'm talking and I'm not thinking. Our stamina is depleted and we are in a lot of trouble because we don't have our mace. So let's... we're not really fast enough either. Let's... honestly, let's just keep walking for the time being. And then if we could sprint through a doorway and close it behind us, should buy us a little bit of time. Definitely should not have been talking so much. Man, you guys are coming at me. We don't have a melee weapon, which is like the huge issue. Because we dropped our mace. In fact, we can't even continue in this direction because we know there's a horde over there. And popping off rounds is not the best way to lose a group of zombies either. So we largely have lost them. We're going to, I think, just duck in a building and regen our stamina and things. Actually, let's just do it here. We need to get back to our mace. Yes, stop. Just two of them. Good evening, auto hotkey for the win. Yeah, I mean, that's essentially some as well. You can buy like a $10 device on Amazon that lets you macro, like, set up auto hotkeys on a separate entity, on a separate keyboard, which is nice. The hacker's keyboard for Android is not good for your fingers. Climb a drain pipe to a roof. Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I keep forgetting that that's an option. So, like, right here's a drain pipe. We could have hopped up there, been completely insulated from the horde, and rested. But I forgot about that. Is this the end? No, absolutely not. We're going to be fine. We're just in a predicament because I was not paying attention and forgot kind of where I was. And because of the item length issues again, which we've discussed at length, it forced us to drop our mace when we swapped to our gun. So we don't have our mace anymore, which means our offensive abilities are quite reduced. See, our travel pack is also quite damaged. That I don't care that much about. Clothes are a little damaged. I'm going to just keep popping off rounds. And there's a drain pipe to our west, so worst case scenario, we will hop up there to get away from the horde. I keep forgetting that that's an option. I even said in an episode, I think last stream, I said I need to remember to do this because it's such a good, easy idea and a very easy way to get away from it. And in fact, let's just pop up and get our stamina back. Climb south, please. Get your stamina back. Great. Unfortunately, I can't peek down a Z level. I don't have that set up. I don't think it's the end, just very big problems. Yeah, mostly just me being stupid, to be perfectly honest. I didn't feel we were in any real danger as long as we could continually... No, climb down. Yes. As long as we could continue closing doors and things, we were going to be just fine. So let's pulp everybody. Check the zombie cop for gun or bullets, which we did not find. Let's try to walk back to our mace, then we'll come back and deal with the horde if we're able. Decayed zombie, I'm so not concerned about you. Yeah, all of them followed us, so there's not really any monster density here. Store an inventory, and we're back to fighting shape. The other issue, of course, is that the mace is a heavy item, so it uses more stamina per swing, but other than that, we'll be just fine. 3D vision on plus makeshift bayonet for your rifle when. I don't do bayonets because they make the weapons more voluminous. I would much rather swap between weapons and take a few hits than to constantly have issues storing my weapons. Murder, what do you think of Molotov cocktails? How frequently do you use it? Literally never. I don't think that fire in this game is actually your friend, or in the real zombie apocalypse. If you read the Zombie Survival Guide back in the day, which came out around the same time World War Z and all that, it specifically said that fire is not your friend because a zombie on fire is they don't so fire as a weapon only makes sense from a pain perspective and from a consumption perspective. That's what fire does. It hurts you, which in a human or any other animal, they're afraid of fire. It's scary, it hurts, etc. And then the other thing is that it will over time consume that person and kill them, right? For a zombie, zombie doesn't feel pain, zombie has no fear. So a zombie on fire is still going to walk towards you, still going to try to grab you, you know. So I don't really like the idea of using fire because it feels like something that would actually be harmful for me as the survivor, even if that's not simulated in the game. Just in general, I don't use them. I don't use explosives or thrown weapons pretty much ever in this game. Every now and then I'll chuck a grenade, but it's pretty rare that I'll do that. So not a big fan. The only issue is that enemies can't seem to attack up or downstairs. Yeah, you endorse Molotovs. I mean, if you enjoy them, go nuts. I just, for me, I don't like them from a roleplay perspective. Because if I were in the zombie apocalypse, I would never set, just like flamethrowers, I would never set a zombie on fire. The time it would take to consume the zombie's body enough that it stops functioning is too long. It would still be able to close ground with me. It would still try to grab me, and it's not going to be discouraged by fire. So, like, I just don't like it for roleplay reasons, I guess, which I never really thought about, but I guess that's why. I never gave that much thought before. That's interesting. Remember the grenade in the military base episode? Yeah, so in our overrun scenario on YouTube, I basically cleared the whole base and was like, I'm kind of, you know, we did it. We're over this. I'm bored. Let's play with grenades. So I tried to throw a grenade and I threw the wrong grenade. I pulled a pin. I had 2 grenades. Pulled a pin on one of them and threw the one I did not pull the pin on. So it exploded in my inventory and we of course died. Which was fine. We had already cleared the base, like almost entirely, and I was like, yeah, you know, whatever. We saw the new base, you know, the game. It had just been added to the game. We accomplished more or less what I wanted, and yeah, dead survivor. What are you gonna do? That's why if you're going to pull grenade, throw pin. Yeah, don't do that. Don't throw pins. Throw grenades. Easy way around that is to wield a grenade. And then instead of activating with lowercase a, if you hit Shift A, it will activate the item in your hands. So if you wield a grenade and then hit capital A, it will automatically pull the pin from the grenade in your hands, and then you can guarantee that you're going to throw the one that's in your hands. So that's an easy way around that. I just never use explosives, so for me it was like, didn't even think about it. I had no idea what happened even. I think we died, and I was like, oh, I guess the radius on the explosions is even bigger. And someone in my comments was like, no, dude, you threw the wrong grenade. You blew up in your inventory. So, what are you going to do? So, it looks like we've cleared that horde we were dealing with. So, let's rest up. And it seems unlikely they were able to smash through the bars of the gun shop. We can check. We might even be able to smash them with our mace. We were able to take out a wall with our mace for some reason earlier. So, that might be something we can do. Other than that, we're just going to continue pushing towards the hardware store, I think. Pull pin, beat enemies with them in the head, profit. You mean beat the enemies with the pin or beat the enemies with a live grenade? Either way, I feel like maybe not my recommendation personally. I would encourage you to shoot things, would be my suggestion. So this is a new location. Do you have a solar panel by any chance? You have a bunch of trash that spells help. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. I mean, it's cute. I like, they did a lot to make roofs a little bit more approachable and put some interesting stuff on roofs so they're not as boring as they used to be. I mean, I guess they used to just not exist, so really anything would have been an improvement.